Exactly 1 year ago today, I uploaded my very first serious video to this channel. It was called Do Not Kill Donald Trump, and it has since that day done reasonably well, I'd say. Now, I had uploaded videos to the channel before, but they weren't serious, they weren't real. That's why they're all unlisted and need to be accessed through a special playlist if you want to see them. You can see them in the playlist section of my channel, by the way. But this video marked the beginning of me taking YouTube seriously. And boy, did it work out well. I mean, most of the year I was in the shitter, I was slowly crawling up to 350 subscribers, and I was thinking, ooh, what the fuck am I even doing? I got into this whole game too late, not just the YouTube game, but also the commentary game. Nobody likes me, I'm not interesting, I have nothing to say. It wasn't until 3 months ago that I started my meteoric rise to 11,000 subscribers, which is where I'm at right now. And I'm ready to take the channel to the next level, if you will, in the beginning of March. It's a small German boy's success story. And I only told you about it to get you in a good mood. Because the channel anniversary isn't the only thing that happens today. Today is also the day of Saint Valentine, the most overhyped piece of corporate fiction of all time. Valentine's Day is supposed to be a happy day, but it's not really. It's one of the days with the highest suicide rates out of all of them in the year, and that's all just because some cunt at MacPaper wanted to sell a few more cards between Christmas and Easter. So I'm taking today to ask all of you to look around and be aware of the people around you. Call it suicide awareness, and especially, I'm talking to you, dear viewer, who is currently considering suicide, and I'm telling you to not do it. It may seem so cut and dry, right? You have nothing, you're sad, you know nobody, you can't do anything, or even worse, you can do things, but you just don't seem to get anywhere with those skills. You're depressed. And I don't mean you're just feeling blue today. I mean you are deeply depressed. And you have been for a while. You are incapable of feeling joy, even in the things you know you used to enjoy. And you just sit there and feel like every second of your very limited lifetime is slipping away from you. And it's never gonna end, is it? Even if it does end now, life's gonna find some way to fuck you. And if you kill yourself then, nobody's gonna care either. So why bother? I have complete empathy for your situation. I have been where you are now. I remember it. I can viscerally understand your emotional state right now. And it's a horrifying thing. And it's completely alright for you to feel that way. It is your right to feel that way. Who cares if you have a reason? Who cares if everything is going well in your life and you're still depressed? Who cares if everything is going shit in your life, but at least you don't live in Somalia? You still have the right to feel depressed, no matter what anyone tells you, especially yourself. You are not to blame for your own depression. And they'll say that you just have to do something that makes you happy, and you have to try really hard, and then you're gonna be happy. And they mean well, but they don't understand. There's also no need to feel guilty about being depressed, which I imagine many of you do. I know I do. If instead you are bitter, which I can also empathize with, that is also your right. Another thing that is also your right is suicide, okay? I mean, I could talk some bullshit about how, all the people you'd be hurting, and your life belongs to them as much as it belongs to you. But fuck that, right? I don't think guilt-tripping someone out of killing themselves is particularly smart or effective. Your body, your choice. And you would hurt people if you killed yourself. People would miss you no matter how much you think that's not the case. All I'm saying is, if you don't kill yourself, in the not-so-distant future, you'll be glad you didn't do it. 'Cause here's the secret. It will get better, right? It may take time, it may take work, it may take both. But I can guarantee you, if you do not kill yourself, it will get better. And one of the reasons for this is just simple math. If you've hit bottom, where do you have to go but up? And yeah, so what if you have a roof over your head and a toilet to take a shit on? What good is any of life's basic amenities if you don't enjoy them, right? So you either get your enjoyment back or you find something that gives you your enjoyment back. What do you have to lose by drastically changing your life? I mean, unless the only thing you have left is food and shelter, what's stopping you from letting that go and finding something else? Sure, those are the only things you have right now, but if you change yourself or your life, you will find new things. I know it's difficult to ask yourself what you find enjoyable when you're depressed because you find nothing enjoyable. That's the whole point of being depressed. But if you examine yourself, if you look into your past and your present and find the things that give or gave you even the most marginal bit of joy, you already have something. And in the unlikely case that you don't find anything, the thing that you enjoy just hasn't found you yet. And don't stress out about not having found these things yet. That's completely alright. Once again, you are not to blame for your own depression. But if you leave all the bullshit behind that's dragging you down, you will find these things eventually. Change. If you are depressed with your life, change. I know it's more difficult than suicide, but it is worth it. And I know that the fear can be paralyzing, the fear of losing what little you have and becoming even more depressed. Right? And it's okay to be afraid. There have been studies done on people who threw themselves off the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. And almost all of them said that in the moment of the jump, they realized that all of the problems that they had in their lives were easily fixable. They could fix them. And they eventually did. The only thing that they couldn't fix was having jumped right now. Now think about all the people who actually die with those thoughts. So learn from their mistakes. Stride out into the darkness and you will come out the other end tough as nails. Because you are. Remember that depression is not a sign of weakness. Please, 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 if you are still thinking about suicide, I've put some resources in the doobly-doo. Check them. You will be helped. And there is no reason to feel guilty about being helped. That's what these people do. They want to help you. You will make them happy if they can help you. And now to all the things that you will see if you stick around. Nuclear fusion will enable us to build towers that literally go into space. Imagine that! And then when we're in space, we can explore the vast reaches of the solar system. And here's the deal. Because of the way technology is progressing, especially medical science, there is an excellent chance you will be immortal by the point you see all of this. There are books, films, games, entire franchises that nobody has come up with yet. And you will love them. You personally, they will be so perfect to your taste. And maybe they already exist and you just haven't found them yet. And maybe they could come out tomorrow or next week. We will enter post-scarcity eventually, and there will be no more stressing out about your own survival. That'll just be gone, right? You'll do that for entertainment, for amusement, for sport. Love. You will find it. Even if you haven't found it yet, the statistical chance that you will not is so astronomically low, it's basically impossible, right? And even if you have lost love, and you think you only get one love, that's not true. There's enough love to go around for everyone 10 times. And with each new person that exists, love multiplies by 10 times. There is enough love in the human species alone to bathe you in it too. Mars, the moon, Venus, Ganymede, the asteroid belt, whatever. Imagine being a frontiersman on any of these worlds, or any other world that we might explore one day, right? If the thought appeals to you, start working toward that goal now, and you will be happier already. And if not, there's always memes. Hopefully the memes this year will continue to be as good as they were in January, because I found, though the January memes were didn't have a lot of longevity, they were, in the time in which they existed, quite exquisite. I could go on, but I realized that if you're depressed, optimism isn't always the cure. Positive thinking isn't always the answer to magically make you better. It can certainly help, but it's not the superpower that some people think it is. It's not the all-round medicine that most people believe it would be. If this video helped, brilliant, fantastic, lovely. If you're still thinking about suicide, or if you're just depressed, look in the doobly-doo, look in the description, check out the resources, because people, even total strangers, will help you. Ask for help and you will be helped. People care about you. I know I do. Thank you all so much for an amazing year. Let's reach the stars together, right? And if you're not depressed, find someone who is depressed and help them, right? Let them know that they are loved. Talk to them. Until then, thanks for watching and see you around, cunts.